Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this replay cast for Mr. Celtic, and what I just realized is I haven't set up any of the hotkeys, which is not very good. So give me 1 second. Pretty unorganized, unfortunately. But nevertheless, here we are into the game. It is a Battle Cup replay that we're looking at. Now, this is between a team called Two Girls One Cup, which, you know, some of you may have unfortunately watched, and I can't remember the other team, which is pretty sad, but I'd rather not look at the team either because, you know, might spoil the ending for yourselves and myself, who, well, I haven't really looked at the results per se. I just really quickly skip by while not looking, so I have no idea what to expect. I probably should get into the draft right now because there's a lot going on. So we see a Silencer, a Baton ban, and a Puck Veno ban, then followed by an Axe pickup. I should mention, of course, Lucifer, who I like to call Celtic, is the one who requested the replay cast. So shout out to him. So we see an Axe first up, followed by a Viper first pick, which is pretty darn disgusting. It's not something you see too often, and when you do, you kind of vomit in your mouth a bit. So slightly unfortunate that we have to see a Viper, but nevertheless, we'll see what happens in this game. Hopefully the stream is working well. There was a bit of a weird lag just before when I tried to stream for some reason, but could be due to the weather, could be due to the fact that I had my settings wrong. We'll find out very soon. We see a Treant Protector now. So a lot of tankiness coming out of the opposing side. It's going to be very hard to kill these heroes. You've already got a Viper who's, you know, a Viper's just really, really hard to kill. And then you put a Treant Protector there as well with the living armor. Things just get a bit harder after that. There's a Crystal Maiden pickup, so now you've got the mana regen for Two Girls One Cup. That aura, obviously very a very high priority for a lot of teams. It is extremely useful, especially if you're going for an early to mid orientated kind of draft. It just allows you to have mana constantly, which is pretty much what you want. And CM's basically the dream support in pubs right now. Because as soon as you see it picked up, it's just, oh well, guess I'm going to have mana for the whole game with no issues. See some more bands coming out, being the Enigma, Tinker, and a PA. Last band now coming out for One Cup before we see some more information in the draft. I should mention as well, I believe Celtic did ask at the very least if I was going to cast any of the games within the Battle Cup series to cast the quarters, the quarterfinal, which is this one. So because I am slightly tight on time, I probably will just cast this one for now. And in case I'm mistaken, and he said semis and I read that as quarters, then I'll of course just come back and cast the semis later, but when I have the time. But right now we're just going to stick to the quarters because apparently this is the game they'd like casted. Although I could be completely wrong, like I said, and I misread the whole thing. I'm sure they'll let me know. Third pickup now, coming out from the Dire side.
Warlock.
And there's a Warlock pickup.
Radiant team pick.
A lot of heal coming out from this Dire end. Like, it's not going to be hard to keep this Viper alive if they really want to.
10 seconds. Lena.
There's a Lena, so very popular mid. Has been nerfed as of late, but apparently not enough for the Radiant boys to not pick it up. It's still an extremely powerful hero, that's the thing. Especially its attack range, like it basically transitions into a carry at the end of the game. I mean, you see them literally picking up Silver Edges these days. Some of them grab Daedalus. Or Bloodthorn for that matter. It's just kind of ridiculous watching it, but it makes so much sense because that attack range, the attack speed that you get from your passive as well, it's just, it's kind of a big deal. We see an OD pick up to counter that, but I don't think OD is going to have the best time in the world up against this Lina. OD obviously got nerfed a while back with the Astral, so the range is so low now. Especially at level 1, you basically have to be right next to them to be able to cast it. Everything, like, OD is just a pretty nerfed hero right now. It's still extremely, like, extremely powerful. There's no doubt about that. The question is how powerful. And against the Lina, I don't think he has the best odds in the world. And it also begs the question as well, because we assumed it was going to be a Viper mid, obviously because it's a Viper, but this could be a, I mean, it could be an OD safe lane for all I know. It could also be a Viper mid. Or it could be the other way around. They could just put Viper on the safe lane and OD mid. I mean, Viper could also be on the off lane. Either way, this Dire draft is confusing me slightly. We see a Slaughter pick coming out for 1 cup as well. So a lot of teamfight potential coming out from them. Not to mention, of course, the Dire do have quite a lot of teamfight themselves.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm just intrigued to see what they're going to be able to do with it, because you've got the Overgrowth and you've got the Golem. That's great. Problem is if Axe basically gets an amazing call on your team, I don't know how you're going to survive. Like, you're not going to get the time to cast all those spells. Especially because after the core, you're going to have the Slaughter stun, you're going to have the Lina stun. Obviously, Crystal Maiden can just sit there and use her ultimate, just channel that. Like, it's one of those games where it's basically all on Axe to get an amazing call off. And if you can do so, then I can't imagine they're going to have too many issues pulling the game their way, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know what the outcome is, and I don't know like what the scores are and who does well and who doesn't, so we'll find out very soon. Last pickup now, coming out from the side of 1 cup.
Seconds remaining.
For anyone interested as well, I have an Australian Esports Federation League series coming up tonight at 7 PM Australian time, or AEST. If anyone's interested in watching that, it is a best of 3 series for that. So that's in about, I mean, this is obviously like a live stream, but it's a replay cast. So, I mean, it's in about 6 hours from now, essentially. There's a Chaos Knight pickup for the last pick.
5 seconds remaining.
And there's an Earthshaker. So a lot of team fight, a lot of AoE abilities coming out from the Dire end. The 1 cup, the Radiant boys, I mean, I can't really say too much about their draft. It's very safe. It's very effective. They're going to be able to do a lot with it. You've got a Chaos Knight who can fight very early. It's very powerful early. You've got the Slaughter with a Corrosive Haze, so Roshan's always going to be on the table. I'm interested to see how they lane these heroes. Because it should be an Axe off lane and a Slaughter position 4. And he should probably just stick at bot with Crystal Maiden and then they'll roam later. But then again, for all I know, it could be an Axe jungle. It shouldn't be, but you never know.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Sometimes jungle heroes work. I think that's one of the things as well people like don't really like take into consideration is like jungle heroes can work. Especially if you have a full team that you can coordinate well with. You can actually pull it off, but problem is most of the time it doesn't work because you see it in pubs and some guy just goes AFK for 30 minutes, comes out and has nothing, or is like it's just way too late for him to join in. Anyway, regardless, we'll see what happens within this game. What we're going to do is we're going to call some heroes out, we're going to call some players out, and we will see what they can pull off here. So, side of the Radiant, being the one cup boys, we have a Crystal Maiden being played by Jaguar Paul. We have the CK being played by Beyond the Beyond, Lena, being played by, how about that? We have an Axe being played by Lucifer, who is Celtic, and finally A-Star will be playing the Slaughter, and finally on the dire end we have Viper being played by PI. We have, it's hard to read these names while the heroes are moving, Poplar, we'll just call him Poplar, being played by Warlock. Cementhal will be playing the ES. Treant Protector will be played by Miroz. And finally, we have Pescado playing that OD, and it looks like the One Cup boys are already interested in having a go here at the top lane. PI already showing his face, but he has to be careful. Get rid of that. And there's a stunner. It's a 2-second stun as well. And A-Star with the follow-up and Lena. And this is going to be an easy first blood. Good call as well. A-Star gets the first blood for himself. And for a position 4 Slaughter, that's the dream. Get those early boots going. In fact, they're going to give him the bounty as well. No, they're not. Beyond will take it at the end of the day. But it looks like they will end up getting themselves 3 bounties and a first blood. So a very good start for the side of the Radiant. It is going to be a dual offlane here with Lucifer and A-Star. And we already see a pause coming out. And while that pause is there, I might just check on some quick settings for Twitch. In fact, it's not even going to last. So, check those out. We'll get back into the game. So yeah, dual off lane against a safe tri lane, which is going to be a bit difficult for the One Cup boys, but we'll see what they can pull out here. Obviously, Axe is one of those heroes where you've got to be very careful how you jump on him, because he could just turn around and kill everyone. Although that being said, he does not have counter Helix yet, which is not very great for him. But he did get that call to be able to get that first blood at the top bounty rune. Mid lane we see, how about that? On the Lena, versing Pescado on the Odin. Like I said, I don't think Pescado is going to have the best time in the world against the Lena, but we'll see what he can pull off. And off lane for the die, we see Cementhal. He is on the Earthshaker up against Beyond on the CK, and finally Jaguar on the CM. So things not looking very easy for the side of the Dire. The landing stage is relatively hard for them. And I'm not sure what they're planning to pull off here. At the end of the day, if you lose your lanes, generally you lose the game. A-Star walking in. The stun does miss from how about that? And I mean, this is one of the fears for Pescado constantly, is that stun coming out. And if it does connect, the follow-up coming out from anyone else around the area. Looks like A-Star's abandoned that offlane as well. And I believe, if I'm looking correctly here, Lucifer doesn't look like he's very interested either. It's just not the easiest offlane to have. Cementhal, meanwhile, making a run for it. If he did get stunned up there, that could have possibly been a death, but more than likely not. But it would have forced him back, definitely. No. Cementhal getting a bit close, has to be careful. CK, unfortunately for him, does not have mana for that Chaos Bolt, although he does have a Mango. So he always can commit it, and it would be worth it for the kill on the offlane ES. Although it looks like he's pretty much getting free farm right now anyway. So it doesn't look like he's too concerned. He'd rather just hold the Mango for the time being. Looks like A-Star will stick around and haunt Cementhal for the time being, and yeah, it's not going to be an easy game for this ES. Speaking of not being a very easy lane, Lucifer's not getting anything. He is level 3 though, so he can just rotate to the jungle now if he really wants, and that's probably what he should be doing, and looks like he's decided the same thing. There's literally no point in sitting in lane if you're not getting XP or gold. It's just go to the jungle. There's no shame in it. And when you've got a hero that can jungle without any items, you may as well just go do it. Looking at this mid lane right now, you can see Lina is dominating that. Oh, actually 3-second stun on Cemento, and I think A-Star will come in for the stun. Bit late, unfortunately. The good Fisher coming out from Cemento, and he will manage to back out. There was probably a split-second shot there for A-Star to commit that stun, and he just doesn't get it off in time. It was an excellent Fisher coming out from the Earthshaker, though. If he positioned it any other way and missed a Slaughter, he would have definitely been dead. Lucifer now, he's back in that off lane. Creeps are at his tower, so I think there was a bit of an issue with pulls. They pulled only the easy camp. And if you do that, it will push the lane back the enemy's way. Definitely not what you want. But a lot of people do tend to make that mistake. See an Astral coming out mid lane onto Lina as well, but it's not going to do that much, just a bit of damage. She does have a bottle with the Invis rune, and speaking of which, there is a smoke coming out. A-Star and Jaguar are there. They're going to have a go here. Pescado makes a run for it and is successful. Looks like Jaguar may have shown himself there. Bit unfortunate for him. Bot lane, Cemento is trying to fight with Beyond at the moment. Not the easiest person to fight against. And Cemento is trying to make a run for it, and it looks like he probably will be successful. There is a Chaos Bolt available, but even if he got it off, he'd need a massive stun. He'd need that 4 seconds to actually have a chance at getting the kill. Actually, they might find him here. Cemento, he does actually get the 4-second stun as well. Where's the follow-up? There it is. Sam with the Frostbite, and beautiful vision from Cemento. My goodness, no, the Reality Rift is there. And that'll do the job, but my goodness. Things getting very close to this bot lane, Cemento. Almost making it out for a second time. But unfortunately for him, does end up losing his life. He will come straight back to the bot lane. And I've got to comment, this Earthshaker build is very interesting. Like his skill build, he's maxing Fisher, which is not the idea these days with the ES. Usually you want to max Enchant Totem. Nevertheless, he is maxing the Fisher. Oh, Reality Rift does miss because of the fog. They are going to keep going though. 2-second stun coming out on Cemento. Now the Frostbite on Warlock as well. The Fatal Bonds doesn't hit anyone, but it looks like Slaughter might just go down. The Reality Rift onto Poplar, and it looks like Pop will drop. And A-Star, will he manage to back out of here? Looks like he just might. The Fisher is available in 5 seconds, but Cemento not interested in it at all. Cops the stun from How About That, and looks like he might actually go down. No, he gets the Fisher off onto the CK and Beyond. No, he doesn't get him. The Laguna Blade takes care of business. Miroz looks like he'll just try and hide in the trees with the Invis, but he's got another few seconds till that is effective. The stun does miss, although it does destroy a couple trees. Miroz, he could be in trouble here. He's panicking, and there's a pause. Poplar trying to help his teammate out, and he will not be successful with the Invis. The Nature's Guys, he did panic, walk away from the trees, and that screwed him up pretty hard. So 5-0 so far. Radiant side doing very well for themselves. Looks like Beyond, as we saw before, almost dropped to that ES. He basically needed one hit to take him down, but the Laguna Blade coming out and saving his life. And I mean, Beyond, he's gonna have to back off now. He's got no regen, and again Cemento trying to pause the game. Oh, it is a disconnection this time. Looks like Radiant showing a bit of frustration about the continuous pauses, but you can't really blame them. It is really frustrating when nobody states a reason. But with that disconnect, it does give the give enough reason to be like, okay, fair enough, let's pause the game. We will continue now. Gotta say, Pescado, he's caught up a fair bit. He was very behind in terms of last hits, but now he's actually leading against the Lina. And he's getting a lot more of those denies as well. So that XP, he's gonna start paying off. He is past level 8 now. whereas Lena's level 7 beyond. He's going for a stun, the Chaos Bolt. 1 second, very unfortunate. And he gets the actual armor from the Treant, and A-Star misses the stun again. They'll have to let that one go. Looks like Pescado gonna find Lena, but just a quick Astral. Just saying hello. Cemento could be in trouble again. The Reality Rift is there, but no mana for the Chaos Bolt. You've got to he could have switched, but nevertheless, 2 second stun. Now A-Star with the stun as well. Cemento, will he get away from this? No, he won't. Killing spree coming up from Beyond. I was going to say Beyond could quickly tread switch to in, and he would have had enough, but nevertheless, he only needed about 2 mana, so he regened that in the meantime. Jaguar, no Frostbite comes out, and how about that? Does end up missing the Light Strike. Poplar is here as well in the mid lane. Looks like Earthshaker is TPing in, and they might go for a gank. Onto how about that? The Fish are obviously a very long range. If they can get a setup with the Astral Imprisonment, which he has maxed out, that should be it for Lena, but he has to get it off Pescado. He's going in for it, but Jaguar is there. The Frostbite. This could be a bait. He Astrals himself, though. Now the Treant coming in. There's Warlock as well. Poplar. Not level 6 yet, so no Golem drop available. And 4 people now in the mid lane. A lot of space created for the side of the Radiant, and this is not what the Dire want to be doing. If they do want to be going for ganks like this, probably their best bet is to actually grab a smoke first. Because they're just making it a bit too obvious that they're trying to go for a gank. I mean, all the heroes are missing. You've got no smoke. So it's pretty obvious for the Lena to just stand back and just wait it out, as well as the CM backing her up just in case they do jump in. Oh, bot lane, Miroz gets caught out. 2 second stun now. A-Star with the follow-up and the crits as well. Beyond. Easy kill for him. Dominating spree now. And this Chaos Knight's going to be a real pain if he continues to get these kills and free farm. Yes. In fact, he is at the top of the net worth with 4.1k. He's about 500 gold ahead of the Viper. Oh, Reality Rift again on Cemento, and just a bit of harass, but it's almost like a warning shot. And that CM aura is really helping him out with that mana as well. In fact, look at this. Bot lane, A-Star again. He's going to jump in with the CM. If they get a Frostbite, Cemento's basically dead. And yeah, he's definitely dead. They commit the Laguna just in case. How about that? Not interested in wasting any time. And will ensure that kill gets taken. They will look like they'll commit to the tier 1 at bot lane as well. Top lane T1 is being pushed, but it's a lot slower. And there will be some sort of defense coming up being in Lucifer. Although Lucifer doesn't really have the blink yet, so he probably will be very careful. Dire scanned, or is it a Radiant or a Dire scan? I'm not 100% sure here, but nevertheless, it looks like Miroz sees Lucifer. But there's not much Miroz can really do against an axe. Because, you know, if you hit him physically, he's just going to deal a lot more damage with counter Helix. Oh, they are going to have a go. It looks like no PI will back off. Now Poplar as well. Just with the Shadow Word damage. Not much else going on in the top lane, though. Lucifer appears to be holding his tower relatively well. Has got those Tranquils, so he will be able to just heal up. And I mean, he's only about 700 gold away from that blink as well. So there's no real necessity for him to take any risks at the moment. And if he did and he died, it just wouldn't be worth it. Cemento, oh, 4 second stun from Beyond. Now A-Star's here as well with the follow-up. Stun Pescado. He's around the area. The Astral is there and he might have just set up a kill. There's the illusions coming out from the CK. A-Star is trying his best and they'll actually take out the ES. Now, the Reality Rift as well. Pescado, is he going to go down here? No, he won't. Miroz, he gets stunned up with the Light Strike and the Laguna Blade. Somehow in hell, they pick up a double. And the Slider actually manages to back out of there. Meanwhile, the tier 1 is still about to go down, it looks like, although it still has half its HP, so I'm not sure what Viper and Poplar are really doing here. I mean, they're getting the creep kills, but at the end of the day, they're not finding anything around the map. Lucifer, again, very close to that blink. He may honestly want to rotate to the jungle because he's too close to end up dying right now. Tier 1 mid is being taken down as well. It will help him out with that gold for the blink. Quite a lot because he'll get about 200. Yeah, it's really worth just, going to the jungle now. Get like probably about two camps. Maybe 3 if you're very unlucky. No, it looks like it'll only take him 2. If he went for this mud golem one, he probably would have enough for it, and then he could get himself sorted with jumping on this top lane. But he will return back to the lane. And if they are keeping an eye on him, they will see he still has no blink, but he has to be relatively close. But it looks like his team will go in for a gank. Lucifer probably should comment to his team that he doesn't have that blink yet, although he's so darn close. 150 gold necessary for that. The rest of his team are coming in. A-Star with the Invis room will start scouting out. Poplar, he's half HP. He is healing himself though. And A-Star does have that corrosive haze as well, so these heroes are a lot easier to kill. Lucifer, still no blink, needs 50 gold for it, although looks like the Dire are going to make a go for it. This is going to be a bait from Lucifer. Poplar, he's going to die so quick if he gets called right now. And look at this, he's selling his items, trying to get enough gold for that blink. It looks like he'll just have it now. He will pick it up. The ulti from Viper though. Where's A-Star? There's the stun and the Battle Hunger coming out. The call is available as well. He's going to call somebody. Now he calls the Viper. And it looks like Viper might drop. And Lucifer gets the ulti off just in time. Now, Warlock will drop as well. And it's 13-0. And somehow in hell, Lucifer actually ends up walking out of there. And we're going to claim that that was calculated. We're going to say that was slightly calculated. And he will just be able to use those tranquil boots, or alternatively just go to the shrine and heal up again. And this is just looking so bad for the side of the Dire right now. I mean, 13-0. There's a 5k net worth for the side of the Radiant. CK is just... How many kills has CK even got? He's got 5 kills, no deaths, and 3 assists. Like, this is looking really bad. Obviously, when you've got an OD, you can still pull back into the game because OD does hit extremely hard. And if you can get those instacks with the Arcane Orb, I mean, your ulti is just going to do so much damage. Especially considering that these heroes don't have much in. But at the end of the day, you have to get to that point. Now Viper gets stunned up. A-Star will steal himself a bounty rune. What's happening top lane? Lucifer's actually chasing Miroz. And PL actually very scared to go up against A-Star. Now stun again. Lucifer with the blink call as well. And no ulti necessary. The dunk held onto. Now the stun onto the OD. There's 2 stunned up actually. Now the Laguna as well. Will Astra himself. The Golem drop the Overgrowth as well. Miroz, what can he really do here though? The OD this here. And ultimate Pescado goes down. And as well as that, the other one goes down as well. Poplar, got to be so careful. Beyond's there. Reality Rift not available at the moment, but the stun is the Chaos Bolt. He's not in range. The Fisher blocks him out. And it looks like that might just be it. But still a lot dropping for the side of the Dire. However, let's be positive here for the side of the Dire. They did get 2 kills for themselves. And whether you might laugh at that or not, when they're 13-0 and they get 2 kills, that is a lot of gold that goes their way and a lot of XP. So that could pull them back into the game only slightly, but maybe just enough. I've got to say I disagree with this item build coming out from PI. This definitely was not a Midas game. Like, you're not going to be able to beat a CK late. There's absolutely no point in going Midas. You should get early items and go and fight ASAP. Safe Lane Viper is not a good late game hero. That's kind of fact. Nevertheless, Poplar looks like he might get ganked up here. A-Star, Corrosive Haze comes out. Lucifer with the blink call as well. Bot lane looks like Beyond got himself a kill. The Fisher comes out from the ES, and now Pescado's there as well. Actually, Slaughter, he could be in big trouble here, but it looks like the Astral will happen and they'll just back off. not interested in going for a fight, even though it was 4-3.
Dire's top tower
In fact, it was 4-2 at one stage.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under
Oh, Pescado. He's going to use that 4-star to Astral, and he does do so. Catches Beyond now. There is Mirage there as well, but he gets stunned up. Beyond, he's going to fight for his life right now, but the overgrowth is there. 3-second stun, and they actually get Mirage as well. Beyond, he's actually toggling right now, but no, he will end up dropping. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, A-Star pushing the top lane, and that looks like it may just go down to the siege creep. Jaguar as well as Lucifer pushing the mid lane. Lucifer's got a double damage as well, so it's going to help the cause. Cementhal will drop to the top lane and see if he can defend that. A-Star looks like he will just stick around though. Not really too afraid of this ES. Corrosive Haze does come out, and Cementhal's got nothing. He's got Arcane Boots, still no Blink 19 minutes in. And that's not very good as an offlane ES, let me tell you. There is a stun up on A-Star. Looks like Beyond is coming in. They are going to go for another gank attempt here, and Poplar, he's an easy target. The Reality Rift, the stun as well. The call does catch the ES. Mirage is there though, but no overgrowth. There's the Echo Slam and the Golem Drop as well. Poplar, can they actually do this though? Lucifer, he's so tanky at the moment. The dunk misses, but the CM ulti, it actually gets cancelled. Astral, the OD though gets stunned up. They actually drop Mirage as well. And Pescado, he's going to kill off Beyond. Lucifer drops the Poplar thanks to that Fatal Bonds. The stun as well from A-Star. They will kill off the OD. It's a 2-for-4, and I mean, that's not good news for the side of the Dire. They did get a fair bit of gold. PI, why are you there, sir? You're by yourself. The Corrosive Haze, the Frostbite, the stun as well. A-Star will follow up the Laguna Blade. PI, he walks into an absolute disaster, and they're even going to feed the Golem away. 100 gold. Who did that go to? It looks like How About That picked that one up. And this Lina is getting very tanky as well. She's got the Bloodstone. Looks like she's going for a Yules. It's already going to be very hard to kill her with those 15 Bloodstone charges. And yeah, not looking pretty for the side of the Dire. Nevertheless, I mean, they've just got to try and get some free farm going. At the very least, if you're going to go for a gank, they need to get smokes and they need to be sneaky about it. They can't keep walking into these full team fights because they're just not going to win. There is such a thing as admitting to yourself that you're being outplayed, regardless of what the draft's like, and that you need to take a different approach. And sometimes that different approach is either like ratting or, you know, picking off one by one and just sitting back and farming. And look at this, CK again finds Cementhal, throws a stun out, 4 seconds. PI is there, but I don't know how much that's going to matter. Probably not very much. Cementhal will drop. Lucifer does miss the blink call. And now Beyond, he's in trouble. He is armor toggling though. He's got to armor toggle very well, but it looks like he might just drop because Mirage is there. Will he get away? No, he won't. Lucifer call onto Mirage. Now the start onto 2 from the Lina. Laguna Blade onto Mirage, and Mirage looks like he will drop, and he will. The CM ultimate as well from Jaguar. And can they actually get any more kills? It's currently 2-for-1. How about that? Still chasing. Pescado with some balls here. Wants to go in for the Astral, but there's really no point to it. And again, I don't think they need to back off here because you've got the Bloodstone, and how about that? He's fully regen. Lucifer, he's got the Tranquils and full mana, so he's fine. CM also got Tranquils. Nobody needs to back off. They can push this tier 2 safely. There is going to be a gank attempt, but like we talked about, you don't want to go for a full team fight. You're just too far behind in farm at the moment. He Astrals up, the stun misses from How About That. But what's the Astral really going to do? Oh, there is a Frostbite and an Overgrowth coming out. It's a massive one as well, but there's no backup. There's the Golem, and A-Star copping a lot of damage, but the call from Lucifer for 3. Now he's going to take down heaps. The Sanity's Eclipse does do some damage, but Pescado, he's in big trouble. Poplar looks like he might be in trouble here as well. Will he die? No, he won't. He's got the wand. But how about that? Sticking around here. He wants more. Poplar comes back in. Wants to fight this. The Golem's still alive somehow. Jaguar coming to help out at the moment. Samantha, what will he be able to do? Maybe they'll take out Jaguar. Maybe not. There's a stun from CK. Beyond's there from the back lines. We'll take out one. The Warlock's down now as well. The Yule's onto the ES. Now the Light Strike Array does miss. Beyond, he's still chasing though. The Reality Rift. He will take out two. That's a double kill for him. And it's a 3 for 3. But what looks like it was meant to be bad for the side of the Radiant, they actually turn it around. And how about that? He really realizes the strength of his hero. And I've got to say, what a beautiful call onto 3 that was from Lucifer. Really turned around that team fight.
Middle tower is under attack.
And I mean, I did say in the drafting phase, it was a lot of this game was going to be on the axe to be able to get those calls off, and he does do so successfully. Sometimes he has missed, but at the end of the day, if you can get one of those massive 3 or 4 man calls, it's just going to be a disaster. And to be fair, he didn't even have a blade mail at that point. If he did, my goodness, that would have been terrible for the side of the die. Now he has one. In fact, I think he would have wiped all 3 of them if he had that blade mail. We'll see what happens now, though. How about that? As we saw, has the Yule's going to be going for a Shiver's Guard. What has the die really got here, though? Viper has a Dragon Lance. Not the craziest of items. Looks like he's going for a Mechanism, but it's way too late. Poplar has the Warlock. And where's this call coming from? It looks like it's in the Roshan pit. Roshan is dropping. A-Star is keeping basically scouting for them, although he didn't put Corrosive Haze on the Roshan, which is a big mistake from him. The smoke does get cancelled off immediately. They will Astral off A-Star, but he'll be happy with that if his team gets away with the Roshan. A-Star, he'll happily give his life away, and he does throw out a cheeky stun out, but doesn't matter. The Roshan is still taken. How about that? Picks up the Aegis. Poplar doesn't want to commit. No Golem available. Plus, you've got to be worried because you've got to go through this narrow pathing right here. And if they see you walking down, Lucifer can blink in and call. And generally, he'll catch 3 or 4. So it was a smarter decision for the Dire not to make the jump, even though it was a 5 to 4 advantage for them. Nevertheless, with that Aegis, it might be the cue for the side of the Radiant to make the push. They're already so far ahead. Another smoke comes out. I don't believe the Radiant spotted that whatsoever. There's no wards around for them. Dire are looking around. If they can find, how about that? That would be massive. Oh, looks like they will find him. Samantha with the Fisher as well. The Astral. Pescado needs to get it off quick. There's the Yules, though. He gets it off. No, they're not just going to hold on. What a stun coming up from. How about that? Now the call is up to 5. Oh, Lucifer with the blade mail. This is going to be a disaster. If there's a dunk. No, it wasn't there, Lucifer. He's still going here. There's a secondary dunk, and he will end up dropping. But at the end of the day, A-Star will chase as well, and Poplar's the only one left. Everyone's just dropping at the moment. Poplar, he will be the last target. The Invis is there, but they have Corrosive Haze. He does force stuff up the hill, and there's no way to cancel it. No, there is. Light Strike will connect, and this will be it. Poplar will drop. It's a full team wipe. How about that with a godlike streak? And my God, what a play. The stun comes out, and I don't think I even caught it for the first second, and then the call from Lucifer onto 5, and that's what I meant. When you've got the blade mail as well, and I do believe it was slightly delayed with the blade mail. I mean, my goodness. Beyond as well. I mean, we didn't even notice the bot lane's being pushed in by Beyond. He wasn't even there. He said, screw it. Your 5 heroes are there. That's fine. I'm a Chaos Knight. I will push this Rax myself. And trust that my team will just wipe all your heroes with 2. A-Star, he's by himself at the moment. Maybe a bit of a cocky play here. Gets fissured wrong side of the wall there, ES. And Cementhal won't be happy with that, although Pescado continues chasing. A-Star turns around with the armlet. No backup for him. That being said, his team was taking out the shrines. Things go quiet again around the map. That being said, though, 1 Rax down. Is there an Aegis still available? Yes, there is. So Lena, there's no fear right now for how about that? He's got heaps of bloodstone charges. He's got Aegis. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. Even if they killed him twice to get rid of the Aegis, he's going to respawn immediately. 25 bloodstone charges is an immediate respawn time. Even at level 19. So he's not going to be too concerned. He can die basically 3 times and he'll be back. Beyond as well, he's almost got a heart. As well as that Manta that we already see there. So his pushing potential is just so high. You add the Phantasm with the Manta and just the illusions are crazy. And the illusions deal a lot of damage. The Phantasm illusions, they deal 100% damage. And they take 260, but that's not the point. The point is you Reality Rift and suddenly you've got 50 illusions around one hero. And some of them will pretty much just crit you to death. Like you get 3 or 4 crits and that's a guaranteed death on one hero. With that minus armor from the Phantasm. Samantha, a lot of the pressure on him to get a Blink Echo Slam. He does see them. Then again, Radiant do see them as well. There's the Echo, but it's on to 2. Lucifer, the Sanity's Eclipse as well. It's not going to do too much, so the call from Lucifer and Beyond with the Reality Rift, they take out 2 already. Now the Overgrowth onto 3 and the Golden Drop onto 3 as well. Beyond, nobody's dying from the Radiant. A-Star with the stuns. Mirrors goes down as well. The 3-second stun onto the Warlock, and the only one left is PI, and he gets rooted up as well. And yeah, that really suits the situation right there from Disaster. And I think that's GG well played. There's no buybacks available. And Samantha, he calls it. He's had enough. And I can't blame him. I would probably have had enough at this point as well. Some good sportsmanship there, saying well played, thanks for the game. And good luck next week. That's very nice. And that will be the quarter-final replay cast. Like I said, I am somewhat tight on time at the moment, as you guys may have realized, considering I haven't casted properly in about a week. Excuse rustiness if it is there. Guys, it's always a pleasure casting these replays. I was looking forward to it. Any feedback, let me know. Follow the Twitch, follow the YouTube, follow the Twitter, which is all below on the Twitch channel. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, just let me know. And if you didn't enjoy, just let me know. Otherwise, guys, it's been a pleasure. Have a great day. And by the way, if I casted the wrong replay and the one you wanted is the semis, just let me know. And I'll go back and cast the semis as well. Because I honestly can't find the chat I had with Celtic. But regardless, yeah, just let me know if I cast the wrong one. And I'll find some time to cast the other one. Otherwise, guys, you guys have a great day. It's been Michael Phoenix, and it's been a pleasure